Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Miss Bimbo and I talk about care jobs, pharmacy practice and navigating life in the UK as migrants. Today I'm going to be exposing something that a lot of people do not like talking about. That is the truth about investments here in the UK. Of course, money matter. I'm going to be sharing the actual returns on my investment for the year 2025. As you know, we are currently in the month of December 2025, and this is a good time to analyze how much I've made on my investment here in the UK. Trust me, if you are an immigrant in any of the Western countries, be it the UK, the US, Canada, whatever country, this video is going to be an eye-opener for you. So try to watch this video to the end. Consider liking and subscribing to this channel. Let me start by sharing the actual amounts that I made from my investment in 2025. In the month of December 2024, I started saving my money in NS&I Premium Bonds account. So I started off by investing £100. Some of you might argue that NS&I Premium Bonds is not an investment pot, but why did they send me that I have invested £100? But that's just by the way. Anyways, I started off with £100, and as expected, I was hoping to win £25. That's the minimum amount you can win, right? Or even £50, or even £1 million, which is the ultimate goal, of course. Fast forward to 1 year later, which is this December 2025, I have just made a sum total of £325. That's not bad. I see premium bonds as both a savings platform as well as an investment platform. Although your profit is not guaranteed, right? It's just a game of luck, because every month your money is used to enter draws, and you could win a minimum of £25 or a maximum of 1 million. However, you can save from a minimum of £25 up to a maximum of £50,000, and any money that you win from any draw is tax-free. Before you say that was not a bad investment, you need to bear in mind that in December 2024, I invested £100 for a start, but by the following months, I had over £5,000 in savings, and currently this December 2025, I have over £25,000 in the NS&I account. You see, this story is not entirely my story. It happened to my friend, and while we were discussing, and I was telling her about this other strategy, the other approach that she would have used to max out on that amount of savings, it was when it dawned on her that even though she thought that she had made profit with that kind of money, she now realized that after a whole year, she has not actually utilized the smartest strategy to build wealth or to make money. The way the UK is structured, making money is generally very slow. And if you're not careful as an immigrant, you would end up spending 10, 15, even the best 20 years of your productive life chasing shadows, running a rat race, and not really building wealth and financial freedom. I mean, you can ask the old takers, those uncles and aunts that have been in the Western world for several decades. They can tell you and they can attest to this fact. Many of the investment pots in the UK appear really good on paper, but in reality, they are slow as snail. Talking about the major and the safest investment pots that are available here in the UK. If you have additional options, you can leave those in the comment for us to explore. But from what I know, you have the lifetime ISA that gives you 25% interest if you're saving that money or investing that money towards your first property here in the UK or towards your retirement. Otherwise, you can't spend that money. You cannot pull out of the money to spend. Otherwise, they will deduct 25% from all the savings, right? After deducting the 25% that the government has given you, which in the end will put you in a loss. Also, you have the cash ISA, in which the interest rate is it's ridiculously small. I think it's about 4% or so, and you can actually save up to £20,000. So there is a limit to how much you can save. Also, the government is even considering reducing the maximum amount you can save in your ISA account from 20,000. I think they're contemplating reducing it to like 12,000 now from 2027. Also, you have the NS&I Premium Bonds, where you can save up to £50,000 or a minimum of £25, and your money is used to enter a draw every month where you can win from £25 up to £1 million. But the question is, how many people actually win? So you can have one winner in 22,000 draws. It is 1:22,000 draws. And at the end of the day, many people who save their money in NS&I do not win anything throughout the year. You imagine my friend saved over 25,000 and won just £325 in 1 year. Right. Another option is the stock and share ISA, and not everybody knows how to invest in stock and share. Also, it is not stable. It can go up, it keeps fluctuating, and if you're lucky, you withdraw your money when it is high. Also, it is a long-term investment. It's not something that you dabble in and you want to pull out your money like almost immediately or after a year. You have to be patient. It's a long-term investment, and even at that, the interest rate is still not the best, right, compared to the approach that we're going to be discussing in this video. Let's compare. In Nigeria, you have treasury bills, you have mutual funds, money markets, you have something like a piggy vest, cowrie wise or something. But the best of these investment options for me is treasury bills. It is federal government approved. It's actually federal government investments, and you have a maximum saving period of 1 year. You can save for 6 months, you can save for 1 year, and the interest rate over the years have proven to be between the range of 12 or 14% up to 25%. The last one I did was in May, and I got 18.5% interest rate. This December, the interest rate has dropped to like 14%, but it's still great compared to what you have here in the UK. Listen to this part carefully. If my friend had invested such amounts of money she saved in NS&I accounts, if she had invested it in treasury bills, after 1 year, she's sure to get an interest of more than 10 times that £325 that she got from the UK, even after repatriating the money back to pounds. Yes, trust me, she would have earned nothing less than 10 times that 325 with that huge capital that she put in NS&I accounts by this time December. I know some of you would say, but Bimbo, Nigeria is not safe. The market is not stable. You're very correct. And that's where the real conversation starts. You know, in Nigeria, there is political fluctuation, there is insecurity, there is all sort of wahala. But one thing is, there is high return on investment. Yes, you max out profit if you invest in Nigeria. Whereas in the UK, the returns on investment is not that fantastic, but the market is stable. You're sure that your money is not going to decrease in value anytime soon. The question should be, how should migrants invest to max out profit and to balance safety with what? With profitability? Solution lies in these two strategies that I'm going to be teaching, or I call them two approaches that I'm going to be telling you in diversifying. And the second one is collaboration. So the solution lies in these two approaches, diversifying and collaboration. I'm sure that these two words are not new to you. You must have heard them one time or the other. But wait, let me break them down in simple English. To diversify simply means do not put all your eggs in one basket. Invest here in the UK as well as in Nigeria or whatever African country you have come from. You can research about the investment pots that are available in your country. spread your funds, right? Somebody might ask again, why? That is because returns on investment in Nigeria is high, but the safety is questionable. However, in the UK, returns on investment is low, but the market is stable. When you mix the two, you get the best out of the two worlds. The next one, which is collaboration, I would like to expatiate that using a video.
Are you telling me that you are 20 years old, you don't have at least, worst case scenario, 5 people in your life that 5 of you can come together, 4 plus you, 5 that you can come together and say we want to create wealth and create what we call a wealth creation network. And so for the next 20, 30 years, we want to build wealth together. Even if it's 10,000, you are all putting together every month, that's 50K. In 1 year, 50,000 times 12, 600. And then you begin to build like that. If you can do, look at the young lady, you have to buy bone straight, your life is not straight. Fixing eyelashes, fix your life. A lot of guys carry 3 assets like 419. You don't even have any shares in the telecom industry. You are wearing 3 pieces, you don't have 3 plots of land, all this nonsense. Going to the gym, this is part. You are so you are a man. No, that's not what we're talking. So you need to have investment. So if all of you come together, instead of carrying an iPhone, Samsung, and carrying all this, and you don't even want, you can't use telephone without a vision. If you put resources together, 100K, 5 of you, that's 500K times 12. That's
6 million.
3 million, 6 million. So that's what you do. So you don't need to own a land alone. You go to fractional ownership. So if all you agree to say, okay, guys, we're going to come together and every month we are doing 50K, we are doing 100K. And every year, that 6 million, we'll buy 1 plot of land, we'll do land banking. If you do that and say, okay, that land banking, we'll do land banking for the first 5 years or the first 10 years. And then after the 10 years, from the 11th year, we'll now go into development and go into house. So if you do land banking for 10 years, by the 11th year, you will have be wiser, you will have known better. We can say, let's sell the ones we bought 10 years ago and 9 years ago, and let's now buy an apartment. Then 2 years later, let's sell the one we bought 8 years ago. And so by the time you get to the second 10 years, you will now own apartments. So by the time you have done that for 20 years, nobody among you will be poor.
As we approach the new year 2026 and many more years ahead, I want to admonish you that don't just save your money, especially if you live in the Western world. Don't just, put all your eggs in one basket. This is time for you to expand, to multiply, to diversify, and collaborate. Look for people of like minds. If you have been working with people, if you've been keeping friends that are not influencing you rightly, this is the time for you to break out and look for people of like minds that you can come together to do something great, to build wealth. Just save money. By saving money, you're making your money lie idle. Instead, maximize opportunities that are available to you as migrants here in the UK or in any part of the Western world you are. Also, take advantage of the opportunities back home in that African country where you came from, so that even if you have issues with your sponsorship or whatever, in the end, you proudly go back home knowing quite well that there's still something working for you and making money for you here in the UK. And if you decide to stay back in the UK, you're sure that anytime you move home, you go back to Africa, you have something to fall back on, something that is generating passive income for you, that you can use that income to acquire assets. If you have learned something from today's video, please like, share with any migrant that you know, consider subscribing, and feel free to share your investment journey with us in the comment section. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video.